Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless message, so it can be past, present or future, depending on what timeline you're on. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it, okay? For the ease of channeling, I am going to use the pronouns he, she. But if they don't resonate for you, that's absolutely fine. Swap them out for pronouns that do resonate with you. Okay? Okay. So what I'm being shown is a feminine. It doesn't have to be a feminine. It's more about the feminine energy. But what I'm being shown is a karmic feminine, a dark karmic feminine. Losing it, absolutely raging because she cannot get to you, okay? She wants to attack you and because she's mad at you, okay? And I'm hearing her say it's war, okay? I don't feel like you've done anything to this person. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what Spirit wants us to know about this situation and why this karmic feminine is so angry with you, Messenger. Because you're exposing her. Because you're a messenger of God. Because it's something to do with your voice, something that you've said, something. It may be something that you've predicted. It may be something that you're talking about now. I don't feel like you're going out of your way to expose people, but you're just telling your truth, and you're just doing. You're just sharing messages. Okay, so you could be a reader. You could have your own channel, and this is pissing this karmic off because you're exposing her or a group of people. Okay. It could be that because you're a reader or you're so in tune with yourself and with spirit and your intuition that just pisses them off, okay? You don't actively have to be a reader. You may just be so in tune with your intuition and your discernment and so in balance and in alignment that this is irritating this person, okay? But I can just see this, she's raging. Absolutely raging. She may be throwing things, but she's acting almost like a spoiled brat kind of energy. Let's get some more, please, Spirit. What's going on? Why is this feminine so angry? This could be someone from your family, okay? Or somebody you see as family. Somebody connected to your family, okay? But also with this, what I'm hearing is that you are protected by your star family, your soul family, and you're also protected. There is somebody within your family that is standing up, protecting you and defending you, okay? Which is also making this person, this karmic feminine energy, angry. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. There's something about the way you connect with others. The way you can connect with others and the way you say what you want to say. So your freedom of speech, how free you are in your speech. As you have an opinion, you're going to give that opinion. You're not going to force that opinion on others, but you're going to tell people. You're quite blunt, and you're just going to give it to them straight. And the respect that you're gaining because of that. There's also something to do with the fact that you are in balance within your own masculine and feminine energies, but also within regards to your relationships. Your relationships with others are balanced. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. this person is bothered by who you are on a soul level. Like, you're somebody who has a lot of love to give, and you just go out and you're just spreading love. Okay, where there's something, there's also this element of, when you're going through a difficult situation, you're still so loving. It doesn't matter. You don't change who you are. You stay true to who you are. You trust and have faith in the universe, and you go with the flow. Your self-love, your self-respect, it bothers this person. This person just feels bothered by you on every level. Your essence, who you are, the way you have this magnetic energy, and people are drawn to you. Okay, the way you shine, and you don't even try, is what I'm hearing them saying. You don't try. You don't go out of your way to be the center of attention, but you end up being the center of attention. How are you doing it? This person has to do things to get attention, and other people just willingly give it to you. And this is making them angry, because they feel like they have to do things and act in a certain way to get attention. They may have tried to gather a group of people to go against you, so that they had the attention on them to take to. Okay, let's get some clarification. Yeah, this child, you could be dealing with a child, okay, but you're definitely dealing with an adult child. Okay, this person owes you an apology. This group of people owe you an apology. Do I think you'll get that? Probably not, because it means a lot of people have got to swallow their pride and ego and admit that they were wrong, and unless they've been doing their shadow work. In fact, in order to do shadow work, you need to be able to take accountability, and you need to be able to put your ego aside and apologize when you're wrong. Okay, this person is going to have to apologize. Somebody turned a group of people against somebody else. They owe a lot of people an apology. They owe a lot of people an apology, and this is why this karmic feminine is raging, because they don't want to be exposed, because they know the minute they're exposed that people are then going to turn on them for what they did to you, the Queen of Pentacles. You're safe, secure, you're stable, you're independent, and they tried to isolate you by turning people against you, possibly a family, to stop you, to take away your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-love. But they underestimated your, they thought because they needed outside validation from others that you needed it too, but you don't. Okay, you validate yourself, and they underestimated that. There's also something about they celebrated because they thought they'd managed to successfully isolate you from others, because you weren't out and about, you weren't being seen, but unbeknown to them, that you were working on your shadow work. You were going through a transformation, doing your own thing, staying in your own lane, working on your money, your finances, your stability, maintaining, doing what it needs to do. When they isolated you, they kind of did you a favor. So they feel like they isolated you and they separated you from others. They may have tried to separate you from a soul connection as well, and they were unsuccessful in that, but they feel like they were successful in separating you from others. But what they didn't know is that actually they did you a favor, and you let them think that they'd successfully isolated you, when actually you took yourself off. You saw what was going on. You saw that these people were not for you. They were not supportive of you, and you took yourself off. So joke's on them. They celebrated too soon. You're now back out and about. You know, they're real. Your ability to bounce back is really pissing them off. Okay, the sun, the happy, the sun. You're happy. You're successful. You're enjoying life, living this life of abundance, and you're doing it without them. They thought that you needed them to. They also feel like you owe them for this happiness. Oh, okay, so this karmic feminine is blaming you for the fact that they are unhappy and that they're going through this tower and things are crumbling for them, okay? Because you're happy, you're abundant, you're thriving, you're healthy, things are going really well for you, and they're now not happy. But they're not happy because this is a result of everything that they've been throwing at you. Everything that they did to you is coming back on them. But instead of acknowledging that, what they don't want to do is acknowledge that, because if they acknowledge that and take responsibility that this is their karma for what they did to you, then others will see that they lied about you, and then people are going to start turning on this person, okay? Because that's what this person wanted for you. They wanted people to turn on you, and they may have been successful in that, but now when they get exposed for what they did and why they did it, they're worried that other people are going to turn on them. So if they feel like if they can keep projecting it at you, that ultimately you're then going to be taking this tower for them, and it will prove to everybody that you were the one that was the villain, okay? And that you are the one that lied, when actually you weren't, okay? They were the ones that were going around telling mistruths. But if they're trying to keep it together, okay, which is why they're losing it. They're trying to hide the fact that that everything's going wrong. They're trying to hide this tower from you and from everyone else, because if people see that they're going through this tower, people are going to realize that just how far they went against you and what they've done to you, and it's going to make other people turn on them because they roped people in to go against you unnecessarily. And ultimately there's karma coming for everybody involved, okay? So indirectly, everybody has free will. These people didn't have to go against you. They didn't have to team up against you. They chose to, so that's on them, okay? But if this person hadn't lied and manipulated the truth, then them going through karma would be unnecessary, because they wouldn't have had to make choices to go against you, if that makes sense. So these people are going to be angry that they then have to face karma, and that they've missed out on opportunities, and they continue to miss out on opportunities because of this person, because of their own insecurities, for going up against you. Yeah, this is double-edged. You're the Queen of Wands in that you're attractive, your energy is magnetic, you're I wanted to say sensual. Like, this staff is, I'm hearing outside influences, okay? And this is you kind of turning your back on it, and that's you saying, I don't need the validation from things outside of me. I validate myself. And in reverse, this card would be this karmic, okay? She's manipulative. You were getting the attention. You were getting attention. You're naturally, something about you, you're like a natural beauty. You don't even have to try hard. You're vibrant. You bring new energy to the table, and like I wouldn't say you don't care what others think, but you're gonna say what you want to say anyway, because you have freedom of speech and people don't have to like what you say. It's your truth. That doesn't mean that people have to agree with you, okay? And you could work with the law of attraction, but there's something about the way, like, she's elegant, she's classy, she's got this vibe about her where you can just feel her power, okay? And this is what this person was envious of, okay? And they wanted you trapped in your head. Ooh. They wanted you trapped in your head to eat away at your self-worth and your self-esteem, to so that they could manipulate and change you, transform you into this person that they wanted others to view you as. And it didn't work, okay? Because they tried to get into your head and say things that weren't true about you to get to you. And I'm not saying they didn't, but you didn't let them win, okay? Because you know who you are. You know who you are. You had trust and faith. You're protected by spirit. Usually there's with the Queen of Wands, you can see a black cat, but there's not on this card. But the black cat symbolises protection. And yeah, this person didn't really know you. I feel like this is someone that you didn't actually, you knew them a little bit, but not, like, they didn't know, they knew of you. So it's either someone that you've never met before that's been going, but they know of you and you know of them, and they've been going around spreading these lies and these rumours. Or it's someone who has met you and took an instant dislike to you because you effectively just highlighted their own insecurities. And instead of doing the shadow work and working through that with you and collaborating with you, you could have helped them through that. They chose to try and turn others against you, okay? Because they need the outside validation. Let's get some more information on this and bring love into the situation. Yeah, you were coming from a loving... So regardless of what this person was doing and saying behind your back, you could have continued to be nice to this person and they didn't like it because they were like, why are you being nice to me? They didn't trust you because you were being nice to them. Why are you being nice to me? I'm being horrible behind your back. Why are you continuing to be nice to me? They didn't realise that you could see through what they were doing and you were choosing to be loving towards them anyway. Take time to breathe out. I feel like you could see what was going on from a higher perspective. You knew what this person was doing behind your back. Maybe not the specific details, but you knew behind your back that this person wasn't being nice about you, or and that they were being deceitful with regards to what they were doing behind your back, okay? But you were watching points and just waiting, trying to bring, like, show them a different way, maybe subtly, by just hoping that if you continue to be nice to them, that that would then manifest back to you from this person. But it got to a point where they took it too far and they weren't getting the message, they weren't taking this on board, and you had to disconnect from them, okay? The ultimately their actions created this separation. I feel like I'm tapping into two different feminines now. One just feels sad that you're, like, disconnected from them, but the other one is, like, full on raging and kind of wants to pick a fight with you. Either this is two feminines, or you're dealing with someone who's bipolar or has got, like, split personality disorder, or they're just going back and forth between this angry energy and this sadness. Like, they're in between, like, they're going back and forth between, you know, like, they're in their feels and they don't know whether to be angry or just hurt and sad. They feel like you've betrayed them because you walked away and you disconnected from them, and you know, but ultimately it's because of their actions. They pushed you away, okay? Somebody is absolutely raging because they know they lied and they don't want to be exposed. Someone else is just hurt and missing you. I do feel like this is two feminines. I feel like this is two different feminines. These do feel like feminine energies, okay? This could even be your energy of this person is raging with you, but you're just really sad about the situation because you knew there was a different way, that you know there was a different path, and that if they'd have just chosen the path of love, separation wouldn't have had to happen and things wouldn't have had to go the way they did. A fiery climax approaches. I'm telling you now, someone wants to fight you. This might not be physical, okay? This could just be verbal. On the bottom of the deck, nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, this isn't guaranteed. I don't feel like Spirit's going to allow this person to get to you. So this person may try to go through another person to get to you. Or they're going to try and plan a way. Or they've tried other people. Somebody tried to use other people to come at you so they would escape. They thought that that they could get away with what they were doing, okay? I'm hearing the term flying monkeys. So somebody instigated an attack but got other people to do it, or went round people feeding, like fanning the flames, so to speak, and making the situation worse so that they would go against you so that this person could escape that, and they're worried that they're going to get exposed for doing that because this person had no justifiable reasons to go against you, so they tried to create like reasons to go against you, and then they tried to get you to react to them to validate those reasons for the attacks. But somebody wants to fight you. Someone's really, really angry. I'm going to get some more on that. Let's clarify that a bit more. Clarify a fiery climax approaches, please, Spirit. Yeah. Yeah. So what I heard whilst I was shuffling, I was being really drawn to the fact that this is a ram, and I was hearing ram, ram, and then I saw a stool and the stool being knocked over, and I heard, want to knock you off your pedestal. So there are other people around you that really admire you. You get a lot of attention, okay? And this person doesn't understand why. They don't like it. You're not doing anything to deserve this attention, and yet you're gaining all this attention. And it created, it's this pick me energy. They wanted people to pick them and give them the attention. And they wanted to knock you, your confidence, your self-esteem, knock you down a peg or two to ultimately make you more controllable, and they also wanted to, like, they know a particular person, a specific masculine has you on a pedestal, and they don't think it's warranted because you're too good to be true, and that you've maybe put some sort of spell on this masculine, or you're using in your feminine, your body and that, to manipulate this masculine, and they wanted to knock you off your pedestal with regards to how this masculine views you. They don't like the way he looks at you, the way what he does for you, okay? The way he treats you, because they don't get that same treatment. This is something to do with a timing. Like, it's almost like they've been with a particular person for years and they don't get that kind of treatment, and you've been with this person for 5 minutes and they can't do enough for you. They're bending over backwards, left, right and centre to make you happy. But what they're not understanding is, as a divine feminine, as a sacred feminine, you make yourself happy. You don't look for things outside of you to validate you. But when you're in that energy, you're then going to attract that. And so this divine masculine is returning to you the energy that you put out towards others. So it's kind of like paying it back. It's the universe's way of paying it back. They use your sacred partner to pay back that energy. Does that make sense? But this person doesn't like it, and there's something about trying to get you on your own at a party or some sort of celebration so that they can attack you. This is the Ace of Wands. Now, usually this is a card about an inspiration, and passions and desires, like starting afresh, having some sort of a spark of an idea, okay? And this person's getting angry because they had this idea to isolate you at a party, to attack you. Something about planning, some sort of plan to isolate you at some sort of celebration. I'm going to get one more card on this, please, Spirit. Okay, on the bottom of the deck we have Knight of Pentacles. They had this idea, they're like biding their time. So there's some sort of party or celebration coming up that you've either been invited to or you're going to be invited to. And this karmic feminine, or these two feminines, take it as it resonates. It's 1 to 2 feminines at least, okay, possibly more, are waiting and biding their time because they have a plan to attack you at this party, to isolate you, to get you on your own, to attack you, okay, I don't feel like this is a physical attack. I feel like this is more of a verbal attack, okay? They're looking for it's an opportunity. They're looking for an opportunity. They're hoping for an opportunity to attack you, to get you on your own. It doesn't have to be a party or a celebration, but that is what I'm picking up specifically for some of you. But they're just looking for a way to isolate you so that they can take the opportunity to attack you, okay? But this is not going to work because you're blessed, okay? Because you're blessed. I keep moving the cards, I don't know why. Their plans are going to be rearranged, okay? They're going to have to rearrange their plans because there's something's going, the plans had to be rearranged. The plan hasn't gone, it's not, they know you know. They know that you know that they're planning to attack you at a party, or that they tried to attack you at a celebration in the past. They don't know how you know. But it's because you're blessed. You divine, your intuition. Something you said, something you predicted, or something that you knew something was going to go down. Their plan backfired because you knew what they were going to do. They're planning to try and do it again. They're looking for another opportunity to do this again. It may be that they couldn't successfully get you on your own at this party, and that's why it backfired, and they're going to try again. There's going to be another attempt. But this feminine's raging because they can't seem to get you alone. And someone's realising how protected you are. I feel like people are backing out. There's people that were involved in some sort of plan to bring you down that are now backing out because they're realising it's not working. You're 10 steps ahead of them. So there's no point. But there's one person in specific. It's like, no, let's keep going. They don't want to fail in bringing you down, because if they do, then they're going to be exposed. Okay, so let's get some guidance with regards to moving forward with this situation. Some advice or guidance from Spirit, please, with regards to this situation and moving forward. I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Someone owes you an apology for sure. I'm sure I said that when that card came out. Someone owes you an apology. Somebody's really sorry about what they did, and they've got major regrets. But I don't know if they're sorry for what they actually did, or if they're sorry that they got caught. And as I'm saying that, I've just realised this card is lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Okay, I've got two energies here. Someone is genuinely sorry for... Somebody is already starting to question the attacks that were made against you, the things that were done. Somebody's already, like, they haven't walked through, but there's some sort of awareness, okay, as to what was done to you and that you didn't actually deserve it, that there was no reason behind it, and they are genuinely sorry. Do I think that they're going to come and apologise, though? I'm not sure. I think some will, but they're going to have to, like, swallow their pride and ego to do that. And there's a sense of don't want to be rejected by you. Somebody's begging... This feels like someone begging Spirit for forgiveness. Coming against you. Somebody has started to question and realised that the attacks against you, what was done to you, wasn't justified. It wasn't justified, that you're an innocent person, that you're an innocent party, you didn't do anything wrong. And I feel like they do want to right the wrongs, but I don't feel like they know how to go about it. Okay, so I don't feel at this time that you're going to get an apology from this person, but I feel like they were pulled into it. okay? But there's also another energy here that isn't sorry for what they did to you. They're sorry that they got caught. They're only sorry because something's about to be, because they're about to be exposed. Get one more card, please, Spirit. So you're going to have to use your discernment. I do feel like you potentially could have someone coming towards you, possibly this dark karmic feminine, coming towards you with a sob story of, oh, I'm so sorry, I got pulled into it, I didn't mean to do those things, to try and get you back on side so that they can attack you from within. Okay? You're going to have to use your discernment. Whale and Orca elders, share your song frequency of sound, diving deep. Yeah, continue to work on raising your vibration. Keep your vibration high. Stay grounded. Continue to speak your truth, okay? But make sure you're doing it from a truth and integrity, okay? And not from pettiness and, you know, so make sure, you're sharing from truth and integrity. Stand in your truth and in your integrity, okay? There's nothing wrong with sharing your story. Share. And it may be that you're sharing your story with others to help others through things. So you're indirectly exposing people by doing that. But it is also about this diving deep, is about, with regards to discernment, with regards to these people, diving deep, going within. There's also something about forgiving you, like making sure that you're forgiving yourself for, on some level, you've allowed this to happen, okay? You have to take responsibility for your own life, do your shadow work. I do feel that mostly that you have done that. You've done the healing. You've forgiven yourself. I don't feel like you're angry and upset with these people for what they did. I do feel like you are sad about the situation because you know it didn't have to go this way. And I feel a sense of frustration, maybe a little bit of dread about this potential attack. It may not be directly to you. They may attack you via someone else. And like I said, I don't feel like it's an actual physical attack. I feel like it's just more of a verbal. It could be, with this wands here as well, it could be psychic attack, okay? It could be a spiritual, just attacking your energy, all right? So make sure you are up in your protection at this time. Come out of hiding. And I know you're not in hiding in a sense, okay? Come out of hermit mode, okay? It's time to come out of hermit mode now. On the bottom of the deck, we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. These people are unfortunately facing their karma for what they did to you. You cannot save people from their karma. Otherwise, they're never going to learn, okay? You cannot continue to be a crutch for these people. You have to let it go. And let God, let source, the universe, whatever your belief system is, let them deal with it. Let them balance the scales of karma, okay? Let them deal with these people in a way that they need to be dealt with. And continue to follow your intuition and your guidance, standing in your truth and your integrity. I'm also seeing something about the nervous system here. Okay, so you might want to do some nervous system healing. Or it could be that these people are just like a nervous wreck right now because they just can't cope with what's coming at them. And it's because this is what they put you through. This is what they put you through. And they're now having to experience it themselves, okay? And they don't like it. All right? And unfortunately, that's not your fault. You didn't make them, take the actions that they did and make the choices that they did. You didn't make them do that. You told them if they continued to mistreat you that you were going to walk away, and that's what you did, okay? You just put your boundaries in place and you followed through, stood 10 toes down. You came from a place of truth, integrity. You did what was right for you, okay? Because you know that you're here for a higher purpose and to help people raise their vibration, and it's not your fault if people can't see that, okay? You're also being, so what I've just heard as well is Spirit are now revealing who you really are to these people. Okay, Spirit masked you to a degree. These people were told who you are and not to mess with you, but you were veiled for a reason. You were veiled to ultimately test these people to see what they were going to do to you and behind your back, and how they were going to treat you, so that the universe could either deal them their karma or deal them their dharma. Okay, and these people have chosen the path of karma. They chose the path of fear. They chose to learn their lessons the hard way, and that's not your fault. Okay, that is not your fault. So forgive yourself. Okay, we have oh, confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, opening up to new and loving experiences. Okay, these are affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and can help maintain a positive mindset. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit vulnerable right now, just up your protection energy, okay, and tap into the affirmations to help keep your mind healthy, okay, because these people will use that as a weakness to attack you, okay, because they want to get in your head to bring you down. They want to infiltrate you from the inside, okay. That's why they're trying to get back in your circle. Let's have another affirmation, please. I'm going to take 2 more affirmations. So we have forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, opening up to new and loving experiences. I feel like you've got new things coming your way. Like there's a new beginning coming in for you, okay? I make a positive difference in the world, even with my smile and words. Absolutely, you're here for a higher mission. You're here for a higher mission. And 1 more, please. Thank you. My intuition is strong and clear. I trust the voice within. Beautifuls. On the bottom of the deck, I'm going to take this one as well. It is easy for me to attract all that I need into my life. I do this by relaxing and trusting that things are going to work out perfectly. Yes, you do, and that irritates these people. And like I said, I feel like something new is coming in for you. And what did that just say? Yeah, you're starting to attract all the things. So walking away from the people and things that no longer serve you is helping you to attract all the people and things that are going to serve you, okay? You're going to start attracting new people, new friendships. I feel like you already have. I feel like this person thought that you didn't have any friends and that you had no one else, and that's why they treated you like an option. But you're now showing them that actually there are other people out there that do want to be with you, do want to spend time with you, and you had other options, but you were choosing them. But now, because they're not giving you the same respect and that energy, that relationship is no longer balanced, you've chosen to walk away. That doesn't mean that you don't care about this person. It just means that the relationship right now is not a balance. I do feel like there was a temporary disconnect, but at this moment in time there is a permanent disconnect, and Spirit are not going to allow this person back into you. They may allow them to come back in to see that you're doing well without them, but they're not going to allow them back into your circle. Not unless this person does their shadow work. That's the only way this person's going to be allowed back in, is if they actually step up, do their shadow work, learn their lessons. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this helps somebody. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.